Hey everyone, welcome back to Notopia Studio. Today's episode is a really important one for anyone learning English. We're going to talk about something that so many learners struggle with: thinking in English versus translating from your native language.
Exactly. This is one of the biggest hurdles English learners face, and we're going to have a real no-filter conversation about it. Why translating can actually hold you back, how you can train yourself to think in English, and some fun techniques to practice every day.
Let's be honest, when people first start learning English, it feels natural to think in your own language first. Like, you want to say something, so your brain builds the sentence in Spanish, Hindi, Arabic, Chinese, whatever your language is, and then you try to translate it into English word by word.
Yes, and the problem with that is English doesn't always match word for word with other languages. So the sentence comes out broken or it takes too long. Imagine someone asks you, "Hey, what's up?" And you're standing there, translating word by word in your head. By the time you answer, the conversation has already moved on.
Exactly. I remember when I was learning Spanish, I wanted to say I'm cold, but I literally translated it word for word, and I said something that made no sense. My friend just looked at me and laughed. That's what happens when we rely only on translation.
So here's the key. Translating is normal at the beginning, but if you want fluency, you've got to break free from it.
Let's dig into why this is important. Thinking in English is like building a shortcut in your brain. Instead of going from native language to English, you go directly to thought to English. That's how native speakers do it.
And it makes conversations so much smoother. If you think in English, you don't have that pause. You don't get stuck on grammar. You just say it. Even if it's not perfect, it's natural.
Plus, it makes listening easier. If you're always translating, you hear a sentence, you translate it into your language, then you respond. That's exhausting. But if you think in English, your brain just understands.
And let's not forget, sometimes there's no direct translation. For example, in English, we say, "It's raining cats and dogs." If you translate that literally into many languages, people will think you're insane.
Exactly. Thinking in English helps you get used to those phrases as they are without trying to make them fit into your language.
All right, so the big question, how do you actually do it? How do you train your brain to think in English?
I like to start with something simple, narrating your day in English. For example, when you wake up, think, "I'm brushing my teeth. I'm making coffee. I'm going to work." These simple sentences train your brain to skip translation.
That's such a good one. And it works even if you say it quietly in your head. I also recommend the shopping list trick. When you write down your groceries, write them in English. Instead of writing tomatoes, write tomatoes. Instead of writing pan, write bread.
Yes, that way you connect your thoughts directly to English words. Another tip is to change your phone language to English. Suddenly, your whole digital world becomes English. It forces your brain to adapt.
I also love the 1 minute challenge. Basically, pick a topic and talk about it in English for 1 minute. Don't stop, don't translate, just talk. Even if it's messy, even if you repeat words, it builds fluency.
Oh, and here's a fun one, thinking in pictures instead of words. For example, instead of thinking manzana equals apple, look at an apple and just think apple. Connect the word directly to the image, not to your native word.
But let's be real, it's not easy. People get stuck. What do you think are the biggest mistakes learners make when trying to think in English?
One mistake is wanting to be perfect. They think, if I can't make a perfect English sentence in my head, I won't say it. That's wrong. It's better to say something simple than to stay silent.
Yes, like instead of waiting to remember, "I would like to have a cup of coffee, please," just say, "I want coffee." It's fine. Simple is better than nothing.
Another mistake is translating idioms or slang directly. Like in some languages, you say, "My stomach has hunger," but in English, it's just, "I'm hungry." If you keep translating word for word, you'll sound weird.
And the third mistake, not practicing enough. Thinking in English isn't something you do once. It's daily practice, like going to the gym. You can't go once and expect muscles.
Let's do a quick role play. I'll be a learner translating, and you correct me.
Okay, let's go.
I have hunger.
In English, you'd say, I'm hungry. Short, natural, no need to translate directly.
Okay. Another is I have 25 years.
Classic. In English, you say, I'm 25 years old, or just, I'm 25.
See? That's the trap of translating. And that's why thinking directly in English is so powerful.
Let's give learners a few more fun tricks.
Sure. One is shadowing. You listen to an English speaker and repeat immediately, like an echo. It forces your brain to think in English sounds.
Another is English-only time. For example, from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m., no matter what, you only use English. Even if you're alone, think in English.
Or watching movies without subtitles. At first, it's hard, but your brain slowly starts to connect meaning without translation.
And my favorite, talking to yourself in the mirror. Sounds silly, but it works. Pretend you're introducing yourself, giving a presentation, or just chatting.
So, final thoughts. Translating isn't bad, but it should be a temporary step. To reach fluency, you've got to train your brain to think in English.
Yes, and it's not magic. It's daily practice. Narrate your day, shadow conversations, practice with simple sentences, and don't be afraid of mistakes.
Exactly. Progress comes from consistency, not perfection.
All right, that's all for today's Real Talk. If you found this useful, hit that like button, subscribe, and share it with a friend who's learning English.
And remember, don't just study English, think in English. See you in the next episode.